Today we are going to start with sorting techniques. So whenever we may say sort, though this sort already we have seen it by two different predefined methods. We have seen in list by mentioning by general sort we have mentioned this is a method which is used for sorting, and apart from this we came across this term called sorted, right? What is there, Amatya? Just a minute. In case of binary sort, by default, it should be sorted in ascending order. If it is sorted in descending order, make it as ascending order, then go ahead with the further operation. So if it is descending order, what happened? It will work accordingly. The default rule is it should be arranged in ascending order. Okay. Okay, listen here. So whenever we say sort, we know already two types of sort is there. Either we can go with the sort or we can go with sorted. So apart from this, we should know about the sorting algorithm. Either you sort, you use sort, or you use sorter. These methods are going to work based on the existing sorting algorithm. There are different type of sorting algorithm. Have you came across different types of sorting algorithm? This is the first time you're hearing about the sorting algorithm. Bubble sort. You came across, right? Okay, then let me know what are the different types of sorting algorithm. Come on. Bubble sort. Okay, quick shot. Okay, good. Good, good. Selection shot. Selection shot. Then insertion shot. Then what else is there? Quick shot. Okay. That's it. Merge shot. Okay, these are the basic sorting algorithm, guys. Apart from this, we do have Redux sorters there, different types of sorters there. So minimum you should know about 5 sorting algorithm. So the output of all the heap sort is there. Yeah, heap sort, Redux sort, everything is there, guys. Just we are going to discuss about the 5 required sorting algorithm, basic sorting, or most frequently asked sorting algorithm. You'll be getting questions from it. Okay, so all the sorting algorithm is going to produce you output in a sorted way. Okay, whatever the value you're going to pass for any one of the algorithm is going to give you output in a sorted way, but the complexity for each and every algorithm is different, and where the way of execution is different. So we'll go ahead with one by one. First one will start with bubble sort. So sorting is nothing but arranging data in one particular order. We doesn't mean that it is ascending order or descending order. It might be of any particular order. Based on the condition, we are going to sort the algorithm. First, we'll go ahead with the bubble sort. So let me take a Excel as we see in linked list. It will be easy for us to understand. So how does bubble sort works, guys? So since you know sorting algorithm, can you let me know how does bubble sort works? Bubble sort, how does it works? Any idea about it? Bubble sort. When I say bubble sort, how does it works? Come on. Forgot. Do you remember the logic? How does it works? Replace the smallest element with the first. No. How does it replace? The way of replacing is important here. This is what I'm asking. How does it replace? People are giving us a generic answer. Sort element wise. Okay, good, Janvi. It executes n minus 1 time. I do agree it. That's fine. Any other specific operation about this bubble shot? Okay, listen. I'll explain you the process. Whenever I say bubble shot will do swapping with the adjacent element. Okay, somehow it is going to take a small element and bring to the first position. That is fine. But how does it brings? It will take the initially what happened. First two element will be taken, and these two element will be compared. Just a minute. Let me have a set of copy at the bottom. It will be easy for us to proceed. So I'll take first two element. I'll compare to it. If at all the first element is greater than a second element, I'll perform swapping here. 15 will come here, 20 will go here. Okay. Yes, Janvi. It will happen like this only. And the second iteration, this is your first iteration. And this is your second iteration. Second iteration, 20 and 5 will be compared. So 5 is less than 20, so 5 will be brought here. That's normal swapping logic, guys. Okay. And again, so what happened right now? So 5 is bought here. Okay. Right now these two elements will be compared. 20 and 1 will be compared. So 1 will be bought here. Swapping happens. Swapping between the next two elements is going to happen. So now what happened? 20 and 7 will be compared. So 7 will be bought here and 20 will be bought here. So I'll show you just two execution unknown. Remaining execution you can do it, guys. Okay. So this is done. And after this 20 and 8 will be compared. 8 will be bought here and 20 will be bought here. So this is done. At the last comparison, what happened? The 20 and 3 will be compared. So what happened? 3 will be bought here and 20 will be bought here. So what happened? How many times it's executing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So at the end of my seventh execution, what is achieved? The overall largest element has been brought to its position, isn't it? The overall largest element I brought to its position. This is the exact place for the overall largest element. So how many elements are there? 7 elements are there at the place of 6th iteration. At the place of 6th iteration, the element is brought to the appropriate position. So the resultant of 6th iteration I written separately here, guys. Okay, we can take this, not I can avoid this one. This is a resultant of 6th iteration. So at the end of my 6th iteration, I bought the exact element to its appropriate position. One element I bought it. So when the element is 7, at the n minus 1th iteration, I bought the value to it. And this one complete cycle is called pass 1. Okay. And again, I'm going to take this value now. I'm going to take this value now. And now this element has been brought to its position, right? So now what you're going to do is we are going to again perform this operation from the beginning where you're not going to disturb this particular person. This person will remain as such. Now look at here. Now 15 and 5 will be compared. Let me paste it. Now 15 and 5 will be compared here. Just a minute now. 15 and 5 is compared. 5 is less than 5. So 5 is bought here. 15 is bought here. Okay. Now next two element is compared. So you can notice that. Just a minute. Let me modify. So 1 will be swapped here and 15 will be bought here. Okay. And next. So these two elements is compared. So when I'm comparing this one, 7 will be bought here and 15 will be bought here. Guys, the highest value will be stored to a right end. So in case of bubble shot, we are going to take the largest value and you're going to sort from your right side. This is what happens. Here these two elements are compared and right now 8 is bought here and here 15 is bought here. And next, these two elements are compared. So here 3 is bought here and 15 is bought here. There is no more iteration required. The reason is this element is already at the appropriate position, so you should not perform the operation again. Once it is sorted, don't disturb it. So here at the pass 1, it is going with n minus 1 iteration. This is a pass 1, right? So number of element is 7, it is going 6 iteration. So this is pass 2. At the pass 2, how many iteration is going? N minus 2 iteration. So it is going only till 5 iteration. At the end of the result of 5th iteration, I am getting the second element as a sorted one. Got it? So like this, it will go n minus, okay, n minus passes. Okay, for each and every passes, it will go n minus passes. So n minus 1 passes is going to be executed. So is that clear, guys, how the bubble shot works? The logic, are you people clear? It will go with n and n minus 1 iteration. And n minus 1 passes is going to go. Just a minute. Okay, fine. Will you write the program for this? Program logic for this one. Try out the logic, ma. I told you the explanation of it. Try out the logic here. Others, are you people clear? Only one is answering. What about others? Bubble shot, are you clear? Okay, okay, fine. Do it. Take a list, then start doing with the list, ma. So keep in mind that your iteration should be n minus 1 iteration. That is the rule. So how many times this process is repeated? You will have n minus 1 passes, guys. This is the rule here. Okay, number of passes will be n minus 1 passes. So you're supposed to make how many passes? N value is 7. So you'll be having 6 passes will be there. 6 times your loop will be executed. For each and every pass will have n minus 1 iteration. This is all about your iteration. This is all about your passes. Convert the same logic as a program. Take first two element, compare it, next two element, compare it. It has to go till n. Amartya, make sure that for one time it is fine. Yes, what is the condition I told you? For next time you should not disturb this one. So it is going only one time, Amartya. What is this program? The same program are you doing it? So you're going till length your program is till length, but you're mentioning as I plus 1. So you'll be getting index out of range only. Got it? Your I loop will execute till the last element. When you're trying to compare the last plus, it will throw you. But make sure that this is not the logic, Amartya. Here you're supposed to compare with n minus 1 passes. For the next iteration, this 20 comparison should not be done. Guys, make sure that for the second comparison, 20 should not be compared. For third comparison, you should not disturb 15. Only your comparison should be made only the remaining elements. For each and every time your comparison range is getting reduced. Keep this in mind. Okay, at the end of first iteration, your comparison pass is reduced by n minus 1. At the second time, it is getting reduced by n minus 2. One of these ranges you're supposed to comparison. This should not be disturbed. This is the exact rule of this algorithm. Make it faster, hardly 5 minutes, not more than this. Understand the logic here, you'll be using two loops, guys. Because the process has to be repeated again and again. Okay, Shwari did Santosh. Just a minute, I'll check to it. Okay. Okay, assign 0. Okay. Santosh, no. You keep on reducing your K value. What happens? This K value is getting reduced. So the outer loop is for you. Whatever your outer loop you're writing is for number of passes. Okay. So it will be affected. Number of passes will be affected if at all you're reducing your J loop each and every time. So you're not reducing your J loop. Just a minute, give me a second. No, just execute this program, Santosh, and check with it. Is it working fine? Is the array is getting sorted? Check with it once. Lokeshwari, that's right, ma. Good. That's right. Venkat. Venkat, for one iteration, Venkat, you have written the program by using one loop. Let me tell you what happened in case of one loop. If you are writing in one loop, one circle, one process will be completed. Okay, one time it will go from 1 to n. This process keep on repeated, right? For the first time, I'm taking 0 to 6. Okay, second time I'm taking 0 to 5, 0 to 4. Each and every time I should come with two loops, right? Isn't it? If you're using one loop, only one time the iteration is done, then no more process is there. So that's the reason I'm asking you people to do one loop, two loops, guys. Hemant. Yeah, good Hemant. Make it faster, ma. Others, are you trying? Did you people get the logic? What you're supposed to do? Make it faster. Okay, okay, try it, try it. You people might have this sorting algorithm in your curriculum, isn't it? Don't you have? Okay, shall we discuss, guys? Are you people trying still? You want time? Okay, we'll discuss it. Okay, we'll have this algorithm and this side by side and we'll discuss it. Listen. Mm, Just a minute. Give me a second. It's getting mashed. Now it is fine. Entire screen is not getting shared. Okay. Listen, I thought of sharing the entire screen. That's not possible here. Listen here. Yes, Savikash, good. That's right. Okay. Listen, Yama. We're going to take a list of values from the user. Just a minute. Okay. So you're going to take a list of values. So we'll take a group of values, some values with the unsorted way. Okay. A list of values taken. And now we are going to perform this bubble sort. So let me, we are going to write by using function. So whatever the program you're writing, have a habit of writing using function, guys. Okay, that is a wiser one. So now we'll go ahead with the function definition of it. Diff bubble sort. So from the user, you're going to receive the list here. So for doing this operation, one important element is required, that is size. So first let us calculate the size of the list. This is done. So here what I told you, we are going to perform n minus 1 passes. How many passes you're going to perform? N minus 1. So I can write the range for I in range of here. Here you're supposed to mention how many passes you're going to mention. If I mention n passes, by default it will go to n minus 1 value, right? So let me mention n as my value here. And here inside your for loop, for j in range of each and every time how many passes I'm going. First time n minus 1, isn't it? First time n minus, just a minute ma. First time n minus 1, which is nothing but 5, 7 minus 1, I'll go till 5, isn't it? Second time n minus 2, third time n minus 3, isn't it? Can you guys, can you able to follow me? So if I go till here, you can notice that I'm going to compare these two elements. It's not required to go till this point. So this is very much important. Here I'll go till this and I'll perform this operation, right? So here n minus 1 iteration, n minus 2 iteration, n minus 3 iteration is going to perform. So we'll go back, and for each and every iteration, and for first iteration n minus 1 and second iteration n minus 2, it is going to go like this, right? So I'm going to mention n minus I. And here I don't want to go till n, one step before to it. So let me mention n minus I minus 1. This is the important logic in case of bubble sort. This is important, guys. I'm keep on saying you right. At the second iteration, you should not disturb the last before element. And third iteration, one before element should not be disturbed. That is tracked by using a J loop. Okay. And the number of passes is tracked by using a I loop. Okay, now let us go ahead with the comparison. So here I'm going to compare if my array of j is greater than array of j plus 1. So is that clear? The number of passes is taken care of this particular person. So somewhere I'm going to have n minus 1 passes. So I'll have this one here. But here your j loop will execute each and every time n minus I. I don't want to go to the end of its data one step before to it. The reason is one step before in the sense, what happened? Someone is writing down. Okay, array is not there. Okay, I'm just speaking about list, right? Sorry. There's a list. Okay. It is not array, list ma. I am speaking listed as a array. Okay, list of j plus list of j plus 1. So guys, this step I'm writing minus 1. The reason is I don't want to go till the last. One step before to it. This is the important concept, guys. Listen here, I'm repeating it. Here when I'm coming here, I'll never go till the last. Here I'll stop one step before to it. This position and this position is compared. I'll never go to here. Okay, I'll never go till 3 and compare it. I'll stop till this position. What is this position? I'll stop with the fifth position. I'll compare with sixth position. And the same way here, I'll stop with fourth position. I'll compare with the fifth position. For this reason, I'm writing this n minus 1. Got it? And how many comparison? N minus I each time, each and every time I'm reducing my I times. So this is what done. Here if condition is done and now we can go with your swapping logic. And we know the swapping will mention list of j, comma list of j plus 1. This is swapped with a comma b, assign b comma a is a swapping logic. List of j. So that's it. Each and every time swapping is going to be done. Here you can print your result directly, guys. It is not required to return all those things is not required. You can directly execute it. This is just 3 lines of logic. This is very much important, guys. How many passes and each and every passes, how many comparison you are supposed to perform and followed by in each and every comparison what you are doing it. Is this clear? Do you have any doubt in it, ma? If at all you have any doubt, you can let me know. Come on, answer me. If it is okay, we'll move on to next sorting algorithm. Even if you mention n minus 1, the answer is same. Okay, number of passes I told you n minus 1, right? So don't be confused. If you want put, you can put n minus 1 also. So n minus 1 passes and each and every iteration n minus I iterations. So in case of 5 iteration, I am supposed to go only till 4 and the last number will be compared. So minus 1. Come on, is that clear? Respond me. You can compare these two loop with your iteration part. This if statement you want to explain. Okay, I'll explain, Gayatri. Listen. This if statement, I'm comparing j with j plus 1. Initially, j will be 0. Starting is 0, right? 0 with 0 plus 1 will be compared. So, right, let me write the condition here. Initially, here, I value will be 0. And here, for your j value, it will be 0. So, 0 and 1 will be compared. When your j value is 0, 0 and 1 will be compared. When your j value is 1, 1 and 2 will be compared. When j value is 2, 2 and 3 will be compared. So after comparing, I'm just swapping off the next two element. Okay. And 3, 4, 5. So what is the condition I told you? N minus I minus 1. So n value is what's the n value here? 3, 6. 6 is the n value, isn't it? 6 is the n value. So right now what happens? 6 minus, so it will perform 6 minus I value is 0 minus 1. So I'll go to 5 values. Okay, so your range is taken from 0 to 5. So if it is 0 to 5, I'll go to 0 to 4. The fifth element will not be done. So if you are going to 0 to 4, what happened? 4 and 5 will be compared. So it'll take the index range like this, guys. N minus 0 minus 1 for first iteration. And second iteration, n minus 1 minus 1. Gayatri, is that clear? For each and every time you're going to compare two adjacent value ma. The first and second value, 0 and 1 value will be compared. 1 and 2 will be compared. 2 and 3 will be compared. 3 and 4 will be compared. The two adjacent value will be compared. For the next iteration, your past value will be 1. Okay, I value will be 1. And again, it will start from the beginning. From the 0, it will start. For each and every iteration, your J loop will start from the 0. So this is what we are expecting, right? For each and every iteration, when I'm going to do this bubble shot, I'll start from 0. From 0 to the last range should be reduced. I don't want to reduce this value. The last range should be reduced. This is getting reduced. And from 0, every time I want to perform it. For each and every passes, I'll start from 0. Okay, I guess you people are clear with this, right? And we'll move on to the next one. So this is all about your bubble shot, guys. What is the time complexity for this? Will you people let me know the time complexity? We have seen the calculation of time complexity. Good. We go of n square. This is the time complexity for this bubble shot. And next we'll move on to selection shot. Okay. First let me know the selection shot process. Then people can write the algorithm for it. What is selection shot? If at all you know, you can let me know. Selection shot, guys. What is the logic behind selection shot? Any idea about it? Come on, respond me. When the day by day, when we are moving from data structure to SQL, responses are getting very less. I don't know what is happening. For first 1 week, you people are so good. Okay, Harika, pick the larger element and place it at n, not at n. Okay, listen, I'll let you know, guys. Selection shot is nothing but you're going to stand at a position. So let us assume you're going to be at this position initially. You'll be standing at the 0th position. And I'll find the minimum element from it. Okay, I sorry ma, sorry ma. Yes, minimum element from it. I'll find the minimum element from it. So overall minimum element from it is 1. And what is the position of it? And the min position is, what is the minimum element position right now? The minimum element position is 3. So this is there. And right now where your index pointer is, where is your pointer right now? You're standing at. So let us mention the current position. Your current position is 0, isn't it? So what I'll do is, here I have found the minimum element is 1, which is not at the current position. Now I'll perform swap operation. 1 comes here and 20 goes here. Okay, this is the first iteration happens. Swapping of this element with the minimum value. First minimum value. So keep in mind that your selection shot will work from your left end. So we have seen bubble shot will work from your right end, right? Sorting is happening at your right end. But in your selection shot, it will happen at your left end. So right now you can notice that this element is sorted. So this is done. So you'll never disturb it, this particular person. So again, as we see in bubble shot, once it is sorted, will not disturb the particular person. We'll take the remaining one. Right now, your cursor will point to here and he will stand at this position. So I'll check whether this particular element 15 is that at right position. No, right here, just a minute, ma. This should be bought here, right? Just I'm swapping 20 with 1, ma. And after swapping it, this element has been brought to its appropriate position. At the second iteration, I'll move my pointer to the first position. Now I'll check the next minimum element in the list. The next minimum element is 3. Okay. So again, you're going to have this process. So you'll have a current position is 1 and your mixed minimum element is, let me write in a single line. And the next minimum element is 3 and the position of the particular person is Got the logic behind it, what we are doing here. So the position of the particular element is 6. So why the position I'm saying is current position and your minimum position has to be swapped here. Got it? These two person will be getting swapped now. So when I'm performing this operation, you can notice that this particular two element is going to be swapped. Let me copy the entire one. It will be easy for you to understand. So here what happened, these two elements will be swapped. So 3 comes here and here 15 goes here. So right now this particular element is brought to the appropriate position. So you should not disturb this position again. So right now your pointer will move to this position at the second position. And here again the same process is going to happen here, guys. Now I'll take this position. I'll check with the next minimum value. The next minimum value is 5, which is at the exact position. So when it is at the exact position, no swap happens. Got it? So if at all the element is at the exact position, no swap. So why it is 2020? What I'm supposed to modify here, guys? What we missed here? 7, right? Okay. Yeah, 7. Guys, is this process clear? Do you want to repeat it again? The same process is going to repeat again and again, guys. We can start doing a program. At the fourth iteration, the same process. This is the swap. This particular point is swap. Now, so it is at the appropriate position. Now, your pointer will be moved again to the before position. So this process will happen till the end, and make sure this once it is done, you are not going to go back again. You want to repeat it again. Okay, those who want to repeat it again, listen carefully, ma. I'll repeat it. There is a list will be there. Okay, list of values is going to be there. With the non-sorted values, you are going to sort it. In case of selection sort, we are going to find the minimum element position and you're going to swap with the appropriate value. Initially, a cursor will be at the 0th position. So I'll take the value 20. I'll compare with all the element in my list. And I'll check whether this 20 is a minimum element and is that at the right position. So if at all you're going to start in ascending order, the minimum value will be at the 0th position, isn't it? So right now I'll check this is the minimum value compared to all the element in the list. So for this I'll be at one position. The position is taken as a current position. And here when I'm searching with the list, I can find that 1 is the minimum element. So 1 is the minimum element and position of 1 is 3. I've stored it. So right now your minimum position and current position is not same. So what I'll do, I'll perform swapping of these two data. So right now I bought the first 0th position element in a sorted way. Right now 1 is sorted, which means that 1 is at the appropriate position. After this, I'll move my cursor to the next point. So right now your cursor will be at the first position. Okay. And at the first position, being at the first position, now I'll find out the next minimum element in your list. So next minimum element is 3 and the position is 6, which is not equal to your current position. So now I'll perform swapping of these two elements. So 3 will come here, 15 goes here. Okay. Again, these two elements are sorted. Next, I'll move my pointer to 2 and I'll check 5 with 5. I'll check 5 with all the elements. 5 is the minimum value where your minimum value, minimum position and current position. So current position and minimum position is same, isn't it? Your minimum position is 2 and your current position is 2. So no swap. It remains as such. After doing this, I'll move my cursor to next one and next again this process is going to be repeated. And next minimum element I'll find it out and next minimum element is 7. Here this value is going to be modified. So your current position is right now which position we are? We are at the third position, isn't it? Your current position is third and what is the minimum value? That is 7. That is 7 and what is the position of it? The position of it is 4. So now perform swap with these two positions. So this comparison has happened for the next iteration. This is going to be repeated, guys. This process will be repeated like this. So 7 will be bought here and 20 will be bought here. Your cursor moves to the next position. So this is going to happen till the end. So make sure that once it is sorted, you're not going to disturb it. Is it clear now? Harika, you did the program. Guys, is everyone clear with the logic, ma? This is the logic. Your code will be hardly of 4 or 5 lines. Logic will be of 4 or 5 lines. Okay, start doing. Okay. Good, Harika. But just a minute. Hmm. Okay, good. You're using index of good, good. Others, make it faster. Where if you understand this logic, convert the same logic as a program. Okay. So that's the reason I'm giving the flow of it, how the program flow works. Make it faster, ma. I guess it is not possible. Okay. Sai Vikash has completed. Sai Vikash. Okay, new element you're storing. Good, Sai Vikash. Good. Others, make it faster. We have only 2 minutes of time. Guys, try to complete this program by afternoon. We'll discuss this up by afternoon. Okay. So you do have sufficient timing. Those who are not yet completed, try to complete by afternoon. Directly we'll go ahead with the discussion part.